Today we're gonna tear apart this old engine with my dad, and it's gonna be so fun. How does this thing work anyways, Dad?
If you wanted to start it, say there was a fuel tank up here, we pull this thing, right? That starts the engine turning over, which pulls in some fuel, pushes it up into the cylinder head, and then the spark plug ignites it and it goes boom! Yep, and it pushes the piston down and it makes that turn. Exactly. You got it. So then you can hook whatever you want on it. In fact, your go-kart has one of these engines on it. And so it's almost exactly the same. There's a clutch on it instead that runs...
But except of this.
Yeah, it's not...
Except of this thing right...
No, it's got this too.
Except of this. It doesn't have this either.
Actually, it does. It's just in a different place.
And besides all this tan coloring, it's actually all black.
Yeah. Yours is a newer engine. This one is from the 70s, I believe.
More newer.
Yep, and it came off of an old snowblower.
Like that?
Yep, and I can't seem to find any parts for it anymore, so we put a different engine on that. So now we can, I think what happened to this engine is I think the coil went out. You want to see if the coil went out? Okay, there's a way to test that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the spark plug out so it turns over easier first. I'll get you a tool to take that out.
I'm letting you viewers see this.
I'll bring you the tools. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm letting the people that are watching this video see.
Yeah, sure.
The
Turn
machine.
it around. So this is the old starter, which is shot.
This is.
That's the pull cord.
Hold on.
You can pull that if you want. It's kind of hard because there's compression now, because that spark plug's still in there. Here, I'll hold this for you. You try to pull that. There you go. Yeah. It's kind of hard to pull over, isn't it? But here, I'll show you why. Okay. All right, watch this one. Come up here. Take this spark plug out. Here it is. You gotta make sure this is turned the right direction, so it turns counterclockwise. Go ahead and pull on this. I'll hold the engine. Take your other hand and hold it right here. There you go. Oh, here. Spin it back around so you have the most torque that you can. Okay, put one hand there, and the other one there. There you go. Whoa! Hard as you can.
Hold on.
You got this. That thing shouldn't be that tight anyway. Why is that so tight? There you go. Ollie. All right, go ahead and turn that out. Okay, that is the spark plug. Bring it up here.
Look at this. This is the old spark plug.
Yep, it may or may not focus on that, but bring it up here. We'll set it right here for a minute. See that little gap between there? When this thing puts out its power, it sparks between there. Yep, and of course there's fuel down in the hole. Look, and that fuel goes blam, and this is what ignites the fuel. It's called the spark plug. That's why it's called the spark plug, it's because it sparks. Look, or go ahead and pull that once and see how much easier it is to spin that. Look at that.
Hold on, how far can this go?
You just pick the camera. But
sorry, viewers.
that's about as far as it goes. That's about all the rope I put on there. Anyway, the reason why it pulls so much easier.
Is this the rope you put on?
It is rope. Here, take your finger once. I'll pull this. Put your finger right up above this once and watch what happens.
No.
No, just watch. I want you to feel the air come out of it. Feel the air. Feel it? That's the piston moving up. And that's when it brings, it compresses the fuel and air mixture. And then, bring me that a second. That spark plug. Now watch this. We're going to test and see if the coil is working. See if we got any spark right here. Oh,
I saw like a little spark.
I think I did too.
I saw like a teeny tiny spark, like. But then it disappeared. I see like two at a time.
All right, I'm gonna grab a
I think the
screwdriver.
spark plug didn't want to work, and I think we need to get a new one so we can fix this machinery yet.
That could very well be all that was wrong with this, but the other day I tested it. I pulled it like this. Now keep your eyes on this once. Yep, there's still a spark there. See it? You see the spark?
Right there, it's just.
Now if you put your finger on there, it'll go zap, and it'll make it jump. Yes, go ahead. You see it sparking? Yep, I think you got it.
I think the people at home probably see it.
Okay.
And look at that. It's going so fast.
Yeah, it spins really quick. Okay, So let's pull this thing apart. First thing, what do you think we should take off first?
We should take off. I am thinking we should take off this.
Okay, we'll start with that. That has Allen screws in it, so let's take that out. Let's see, Allen screws.
My dad will be back in a moment. I'll keep you guys busy while we wait. If you put rock. Okay.
Okay, here you go.
He's back.
Use this tool and just put it in there and pop it out.
Hello.
You get it?
Yeah, look.
Nice job.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's stuck.
That's stuck in there? Okay, we'll put all the parts right on this table here, okay? We're going to try to keep it somewhat organized.
There's nothing there, and there's just one Allen screw right there.
I think there's 4 total.
No.
You sure? I thought there were 4 in there.
Stuck.
Okay. So you're going to want to move out of the way of the camera so they can see what you're doing too. So try
I
to...
got
try
this
to
one right there, and that one over there.
there's one on the top and one on the bottom, yeah. Nice job.
It kind of like blows up.
Well, it's called impact.
I need
It's,
to get rid
it's
of
different.
this.
I think you can get it. If not, I can get you a little extension if it doesn't want to reach. I'll hang on to this thing. You get it? I think it's still on there a little bit. There we go. Perfect.
I like.
Now let's take this off and put it back on the toolbox. It goes in that
It's
green.
greasy. Can you guys see it at home? If you can't,
Here, take this and put it back in.
and look at this. Look.
Mhm.
Do you see that icky stuff on there? That
Fix
grease?
the camera.
Here's a little socket, and here's a huge socket. And they're metal. I don't like long things.
I will hang on to this for you. Just pull it right down here. Yep. Hit it. You're fine. Doing a great job. It's on the move. There you go. You got her. All right.
And this one?
Oh, no, that's holding the engine on this plate. I wanted it on there so it didn't fall off. You can do these two. These are smaller though. That socket right there.
I don't know how to get that loose there.
Just pull it.
This one?
Nope, that's, we need the long one. There you go. That's the one. Make sure you put it on the right way around. Square end goes on the square end.
It's hard. There we go.
You got it. All right, take this bracket off right away. Oh, I told you the wrong thing. Well, here, you can do these two while you're standing here. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. There you got it. There's that one.
What's inside of this?
You will find out in just a minute. Underneath that cover should be the flywheel and the coil. Nice. Can you find any more 7/16ths? See how this is 7/16ths. These are those are halves. We won't do a crankcase just yet until a little later. Let's look and see if there are any others. No. So go ahead and take this one out with that smaller socket there. That's a 1/4 inch. Nope. That little one over there. That's a 1/4. The little gold one.
Of course you know which way this one goes.
Yeah.
The ungold one to the gold one.
Yep. There it goes.
They're rolling. Bye bye.
Of course, that'll end up in my tire. So now these are halves. That looks like a 5/16. I'll get you a 5/16 for that one. You take these out with the half. That's this one here.
This is too small.
Yeah, you gotta take this part off too. That's an adapter. See that it adapts it down from this size to this size. So just leave that off for now.
Ouch.
That was the fuel tank bracket, by the way. Okay, so that was that. Now I'll take out these three on top. Those hold this cover in there. You know, you should probably have some safety glasses. I'll grab you some.
Like, I got them loose.
Because the thing is, when you're using anything with impact, this thing can break and shatter in your eyes. I've seen it happen and it's no good. So we'll both put them on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
What if it bounces on our nose?
I have been hit in the nose by things before.
Ow.
Yep. Where do you think this came from? That's what that was. That was a piece of metal that flew up and hit me.
Ow.
Okay, so you got all of those. Okay, that's plenty.
Get out.
This one. Okay, can you turn this knob off of here? Just twist it. It might be kind of tight, I'm not sure. Twist hard. There you go. Yeah, that's the way.
Just cut it loose. Whoa! Right here.
I don't want to grab that.
It screwed off.
Okay.
And it spooked me.
There may still be some fuel in this engine.
Yeah, that we have to put in that bucket over there.
Okay, now let's take these 3 bolts out of the top here. There's one. Alright, set those on the bench. And then
That was easy.
And this whole thing should kind of lift off.
Can I hold it?
You want to lift that off? There's probably some hoses underneath yet, but
Ooh.
there you go.
Get it.
You got it, you got it. Let me unhook this hose.
Hoses.
Okay, there's one. And this one comes off over here. Come on, hose. Okay.
Okay, that was connecting to this push
Okay.
pipe thing. This is what it looked like
Yeah.
in the inside. Pretty gross, right?
Yeah.
What did this thing do?
That was a key. So if you needed to shut the engine down,
Just turn
you
that.
pull this out and the engine would die out.
Like,
Yep.
and
Take this, turn this bolt this direction.
okay.
Turn sideways so they can see what you're doing.
Go.
There you go. Yep. That's the way.
I actually love wrenches.
Me too.
Wrenches are slow, but they get the job done.
Good deal.
Come on. This is stubborn. It was stubborn. Kitchen, thank you. Kitchen, thank you. Kitchen, thank you. Kitchen, thank you. By the way, people at home never do things without safety glasses, right?
It's a good thing to remember, for sure.
And always remember this video.
Okay.
Wait. I think I can turn it now.
Okay.
Hey, we can turn it.
All right.
I got it loose so we can turn it. I'm going to be a mechanic when I grow up and a teacher. I don't know why.
You don't know why? That's a great thing. Would you take this bolt out right here, please? I'll take the wrench.
I love using that part.
That's the racketing end. Okay, take your bolt out, put it on the table.
You just have to do this.
Now check this out. These clamps are kind of silly. See this clamp? You squeeze it like this, look. See it? So you go ahead and do that. Squeeze that clamp and slide it up the hose. Take both ends and put them right like this. Let me show you again. Nice and straight like this. Put them on both sides. See?
Okay.
That's what you want to do. Don't pinch yourself with that upper part. There you go. Squeeze it and slide it towards us. There you go. You got it. Perfect. Now, we can take this and walk this hose off. Okay, so now grab it back here and just wiggle the hose off. You might get some fuel on that hose yet. Nope, don't do it so hard because you'll get it in your eye. Go nice and slow and just wiggle it back and forth. Now move up a little bit. There you go. Perfect. There, you got it.
Ta-da, no feel. fuel.
Maybe that was all that was wrong with this engine, huh? Was it a lot of gas?
Yeah.
I don't think
And
so.
because of the spark plug,
Yeah,
these are my blades.
I loosened these for you, so go ahead and take those up. Turn them this way. Nope, you're turning them the wrong way, kiddo. There you go. Counterclockwise.
Hello? I do not like this screwdriver because it fell out.
You have to turn it that way, so just take a step that way.
This is how to really do be a mechanic, friends. And family out there. And kids who don't know how to be a mechanic
Or would like to be.
or would like
Okay,
to.
on the bench.
My dad has many mechanical things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a real professional.
Don't ever tell anyone that.
Not even my mom.
Right? Then I'll end up fixing all of her stuff.
Just forget I said everything.
Oh, I almost stayed there. There you go. Grab it over there, and that one we dropped.
You're full of oil, mister.
Anyway, take a look. There's the carburetor. That's the whole thing. Can you set this on the table, please? Alright, so here's the carburetor. Take a look how this works. Fuel goes in here. It mixes with air from over here. See this thing? This thing pops off. You can set that on the table too.
Don't choke.
No, it says to choke.
To choke.
It says push it down to choke. You see the little flapper in there?
Why does it say that if you
Well,
want to choke?
it chokes the engine off. It chokes it from breathing air. So it gets more fuel. Take a look. So when this is open like this, it's breathing air in, mixing with the fuel and pushing it in the engine, right? But if you close this, now it can't get any air. So now it's all fuel, so it pours fuel up in the engine. So it runs really rich when it's like this.
Rich?
But then rich means that has way too much fuel. Anyway, look.
Or way too much money.
No, we're talking fuel and air here. But anyway, it's mixed right here in the bottom. And there's a little jet inside. In fact, you can see the jet right here on this one. You can turn this and get more or less fuel depending on what altitude you're in and how cold it is outside. Anyway, put that on the table over there.
You weird machine.
Now we're onto the cool stuff though. Check this out.
Yeah.
Let's
We
take-
need a gasket screw.
Yeah, we'll do that in a little bit. But let me pull this off here fast.
This is weird. I never actually felt metal that I can hold.
What? Can I have that needle nose?
Hold on. Let me.
Take that spring off there, would you? Just twist it that way.
I like springs.
Nope, up here, right there at the top.
I want this spring.
Just twist it this way, and it will pop out. There you go.
I want this spring.
Okay. Here, I'll pull it off for you.
I'm
Maybe.
gonna clean it off.
Okay, go ahead and do the same thing. Just pull it out of that hole.
What?
There's a way with the springs to take a look. Because it has a coil this way, see? So you just go, yep, oops. Yep, there you go.
I love it. I actually love springs.
Well,
They go like boing, 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 boing.
Well, guess what's
like
next?
a monster truck spring.
yeah. There is one bolt we have to take out, and this
Look
whole
at
cover-
this spring. Boing, 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 boing. So we just took off 3 parts and a million screws.
Yep, so what was that thing called?
I
Started with a C. A carburetor.
carburetor.
Yep, that one's just a tin shield, and that one's the air intake. Anyway, this next one here, kiddo,
To choke.
to choke it, yep,
To choke.
that is the choke. The next one here is this piece. This is the flywheel cover.
Can I?
So you can
Oh,
totally,
it's already falling off.
it is falling off, but we need to take out this screw down here. So here, take that wrench and turn that one counterclockwise. You got it. Once it's easy enough, you can turn it with your fingers. Oh, there. Okay, you can take that piece off. I'll take this.
This is really weird.
It's kind of flimsy, isn't it?
Whoa.
It's just a shield. It's a cover.
Shield! Shield me!
So why do you suppose they put that on there?
To cover that.
Yeah, because this thing's spinning in here, isn't it?
No.
that would be pretty dangerous if you get your
90
finger.
miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, if you get your finger in there, that would hurt, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's that thing we were talking about. See this coil here?
mhm.
When this magnet part comes around this coil, it sparks. So every time this comes around, it goes spark, spark, spark. See? And it's magnetic, yes.
Only this part is.
Just that part, yep.
Like,
Pretty neat, huh?
it's not stuff.
Okay, let's pull the coil off. So, where's your impact gun? Can you take these two bolts off, please? There you go. That's the one.
Hold on.
Yeah. These two right here. That'll be the rest of that tin shield. There's one. And, oh, make sure the socket's on first before you do that. Just a little bit. There you go. That part's flying everywhere.
There's parts flying everywhere.
Okay, and then the coil will follow. Make sure you're on the bolt first before you hit the trigger. There you go. Pull it. There you go.
Tick, tick.
Make sure you're on it all the way. There you go. One coil.
Oh.
Okay, this is our favorite part of the engine. My favorite part anyway, because it shows you a lot about what's going on inside.
There might be a
Take
lot
this.
of oil in there.
I took it all out already. I drained it. So I'll take out those two, and we are on to the piston. Oh,
Your favorite part.
it's exciting.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yep. One of those. That's always smart.
But I forgot. I was like, oh,
Just
right.
hit the trigger a tiny bit, just to turn it a little. There you go. That's
I like.
perfect.
I was like, wee. It's like wee.
Alright, I'll take this, and you take the cylinder head off. That's this top piece right here, this thing. Just grab it and lift it off. Look at that!
It's heavy.
Alright, check this out. See, that's where the spark plug goes in. When you thread the spark plug in,
It is heavy for a 3-year-old.
it looks like this. Hey, go in there.
Go in, or you'll get in trouble,
Okay, look.
mister.
See this? That's how the spark plug looks from the inside of the engine. So what happens is this little piston comes flying up here. Look.
Show the people.
I will.
at
They
home.
can see it. Look, there goes the piston. See it moving up and down?
Can
Isn't that cool?
I?
Yeah, sure. But you should probably go to that side though, because you can pinch your fingers real easy.
Can you?
Yes, I will certainly turn it for you.
Ooh.
Anyway, see it going up and down?
Mhm.
So here's what happens. Watch this. Watch this little valve. Okay, this is the exhaust valve. You know how you can tell it's because it's darker than the other one.
Black.
Yep. So this is the one that let the exhaust escape out of this hole. Now look. See this hole? Put your finger in there. You can actually see your finger from right here. So watch what happens as I turn this. See the piston coming up? So it's blowing its air. If this was on here, right, like this,
Mhm.
it would be pushing the air out of that valve. Now watch. You keep turning. Now see how that valve's closing now? Now look what's happening. This valve's opening. Watch it. This is the one that pulls in the fuel. Watch. So now it's making a vacuum, sucking in the air and fuel, right? And now it goes down to the bottom, and then that valve closes. This one's also closed. So now what happens, the piston comes back up, and it compresses that air and fuel together.
And this
Real
one
t-
will go up.
Not quite, not yet. This is now compressing. It's called the compression stroke. When this comes up, it compresses a bunch of air and fuel in this area.
Okay.
And then when it gets to the top, it's as tight as it can be, right? It pushed it real tight. Like this in your mouth, go like this. Okay? So now it's as tight as it can be. Now what happens? There's a spark plug in your lips and it goes zzzt. Now what happens? Poof, right? So now what happens, watch this, push down on that once. What happens? The engine, go ahead,
Mhm.
go ahead and push down on that. Here, use this. Push down on that once. Now we had an explosion. Now look what happens. Did you see that shaft turn?
No.
Here, I'll pull it back up again. Okay, push down on that. Watch that shaft turn when you push down on it.
Hold on.
You see it turn?
Yeah.
But now, it pushed the piston down. There's an explosion that happened here, right? Well, now what happens to the explosion now? It has to go somewhere, right? Now you open your lips, and the explosion goes. Look, there's your exhaust valve. That's your lips right there. Piston comes back up, blows all the exhaust out. Now this is all burned fuel and air now, see?
Put an explosion right here.
Boom. And now it starts again. There comes the look. There comes the intake valve again. Pulls in the air and fuel, compresses it, blows up, pushes it back down. Exhaust valve lets all the exhaust out. And it does it over and over
and over and over until
until it stops running like this engine. This is my favorite part of the motor. It's right inside of this crankcase. But first we have to remove this thing. This is called the keyway. Here, take a look at it. It's a little piece of metal, and it keeps whatever accessory you have attached to the engine from spinning on the shaft.
Can you guys see it?
See, it goes like this. It sits down in this little groove, and then you slide your pulley down. Keeps it from slipping on the shaft. Now comes the fun part. You can take out all these bolts. Whole bunch of bolts. You should face it this way. So you should. You're not excited, are you?
I am.
Okay.
I like taking out bolts.
Great. This one I'll have to loosen. Come over to this side and take out. Here, turn it this way so they can see. Come over here.
I really want to turn.
Take out this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and I'll do that one because it's kind of tucked in the corner and I can't get to it. This thing's probably going to leak a bunch of oil out, so I'll get some.
Hello. Huh? Bunting. Bunting.
A little harder. Oh.
Get loose.
Okay, I'll try from my side a little bit.
I can do it.
Did we take all the bolts out of this thing? I think we did.
That's what it is.
Oh,
Get
there
out.
she comes.
It's the biggest thing you have.
There. Came right off.
Whoa! My dad actually biggest, craziest tools. You see where
Here we go.
I'm working on.
Okay, so
It's actually
is this thing actually recording? Yes, it is. All right, take a look inside here. This is one of the coolest parts inside here. Yes, absolutely you can. Now, what that's the oil, right? Now, why is that oil black?
because
What color was it new? It was kind of gold, wasn't it?
yeah,
So why is it black now?
because it has been running for a long time.
Yes, you are correct. But why does it turn black though?
Because of probably the rust.
Well, I mean, there are parts inside that do wear, yes. So that's part of it. But there's another reason. What was it up here that's burning?
Hold on, I'll get a test thing.
Yeah.
You guys see this?
Pretty dirty oil in there, huh? What's funny is I just replaced that last year before we used this machine. But anyway, what is it that was burning up here? Remember? It was air and what?
Pressure.
Fuel, remember?
Fuel.
Gasoline.
Pressure and fuel.
Well, what happens when you burn gasoline? What color does it burn? It's black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well look, there's room next to this piston here where that burned fuel can get past there. Well, where does it? It goes right into there, right? Well, what's also down here is oil, right?
Yeah.
So now you have burned fuel and oil mixed together, which makes it what color?
Black.
Black, exactly. And the more fuel that gets down in your oil, the thinner your oil gets.
The more likely it'll turn black.
Yes. And the black.
Yellow to black.
Yeah, and that is why the engine oil turns black.
Actually, gold to black.
Also, the engine oil turns different colors because of other things too, like wearing parts and things like that.
Stick my hands in the oil.
Here's a towel for you. You like the oily bit, huh?
Yeah.
Here.
I
like
only
this.
like to get dirty.
We'll peel this
And
off.
I'll speak British
take a take a look underneath of this cover.
Did you laugh?
Yes. You're silly.
Did you laugh towards?
Did I laugh what?
Did you laugh towards?
There. There. Like that. There's another gasket you can take off. Right.
I just.
There's this. Now. Okay, last part. We're going to pull this piston out of here and let you see what that looks like. I want you to grab the piston out of the top when it comes out, okay? Here it comes. It's coming out right now. There it is.
Ta-da! Guys, if you haven't seen a piston in real life, this is what it looks like. It pushes, it compresses. Is this
Air, yes.
Is this one? Is this a one compressed?
A one cylinder, yes it is.
Ooh!
So how many cylinders do you suppose a V8 has?
8.
Yes. It does.
Thank you for joining us on this teardown. See you next time. Bye!